Shopping's fun at the Elite Indoor Swap Meet. Elite Indoor Swap Meet open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday.
Everyone, this is Jeff, and welcome to Outer Worlds Comics. So happy you can join me. Before we even get started, I'm going to say hit subscribe, like, do all that thing there. It helps me out a lot. I'm almost to 100 subscribers, so I think I'm at 92 as of this evening. And it is this evening. It's a Sunday. I haven't shaved. I'm sitting in my tracksuit here that I just picked up, my lounge wear, so just kind of chilling. Having some fun organizing comics. Got a big new batch of comics bags and boards from Comic Pro Line. So just been kind of enjoying that. I haven't been too active this weekend buying comics, which is a first for a while, although I did definitely jump on Whatnot. But what I want to talk about is something really exciting. About 2 weekends ago, I kind of had this dream weekend develop of everything that I've been kind of looking for in comics and meeting people. Really, that's one of the big things that I'm really enjoying out of this, is just not only learning more about comics, but just getting to know people. So we had a bunch of back-to-back things happening. On 2 Fridays ago, we have our, what I've mentioned before in one of my videos, we have this thing about every second Friday of the month, we meet at a bar down here near Denver, and it's called Group, G.R. O. U. P. And actually, I can't even tell you what it stands for. Other than that, it's group. But it's a group of comic book collectors throughout Colorado, and we all meet at this bar. Like I said, the second Friday of every month. I'm going to get that right. Bear with me. But yeah, it's really fun. I've gotten to know quite a few. There's comic book store owners that show up. And what I would say very respectfully, if any of these guys see this, kind of like the older legends of the scene in Colorado, guys that kind of really started the comic book scene back in the late 70s, early 80s. Some of the guys that were participated in actually starting some of the comic book conventions in Colorado back in the day. And just some big collectors and just really very nice people. I came in there openly, admitting kind of where I'm at in my journey here and kind of what I know and don't know. But everybody brings comics to show off, and that's really fun. So it's just been incredible. And my friend, Mark, who, if you watched my comic book dream scenario video, who has this amazing, insane collection. It's a combo of his collection and then his brother's collection, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. So he's been the steward of that and selling it. And he's kind of just slowly selling off this collection. He's got he's on atomicavenue.com, where he sells books. I think he sells a little bit on eBay. And then you can go to his house and buy books as well. And then he shows up at comic swaps and things like that. But he's got an insane collection. It's the biggest collection I've personally laid eyes on. And he's very fair to work with as well. And he's just generally just a great guy to talk to. He knows, he's seen it all, done it all. His brother was really involved in the comic book scene, kind of starting conventions and things like that. So very, very great amount of knowledge and history to gather from Mark. So I just enjoy going over and talking to him. But anyway, so we had group that 2 Fridays ago, and so I had a couple hours to kill, and so I hit Mark up and said, "Hey, can I come over and go through some books again?" We only had like an hour and a half, so I'll show off kind of what I got from Mark there, and then we both kind of drove over to the bar and met up with group. And again, that's just like, I keep telling these guys, like, I would never miss this thing. It's so much fun. It's kind of a night out for me. I haven't been going out as much lately. Everything costs so much money just to go out to dinner around here in Colorado, and I'd rather spend that money on comic books. I'm sure we all know how that is. But anyway, it's just a really great time to go out and socialize and talk comic books. And so I went and did that. And then the next day on Saturday, this group, which we have a page on Facebook, this group does. So they put together a comic swap. And this was down in Lakewood, Colorado, at a library there. And you basically just take over one of the conference rooms and everybody sets up tables and has long boxes and short boxes and just, boatloads of comics. And it's all the local guys that kind of deal comics, I would say. Maybe I could show up with, I have several extra long boxes at this point of books that I kind of need to get rid of. I could set up there and just see if anybody's interested in my stuff. I'll get into that, but I did bring some books to trade. So anyway, it's really, really fun. And it's like, I walk in and I know half the room at this point because I'm actually getting to know people, which is amazing. So for me, as much as it is going to look at books and buy and make some deals, I get a chance just to spend more time with the people that I'm meeting in the community, which is incredible. And it feels very rewarding when I walk in the room and I'm like, oh my God, I know these people. And not only that, I would call many of them my friends at this point, and some of them becoming more friends. So anyway, it's really great. And then from there, I ended up on my way back stopping at I could be mixing up my dates here, but I'm going to lump this one in. So let's just imagine this happened this way, because I can't remember the couple of different Saturdays. But I ended up going to this comic book store called J&J Comics. Jamie and I think it's a husband-wife combo there owned the store. It was kind of his dream to do this, and so he ended up setting up this comic book store a few years ago. And I wanted to pop in there because he shows up at group, and he's a great guy as well. So I wanted to go check out the comic book store and just pop in. It's a little closer to my house than the one I actually shop at as far as my pull list goes. Anyway, so it was all the things, guys. It was the shopping at my dream scenario basement with my friend Mark. It was going to group and with all these great people that I'm meeting in the community. It was going to a comic book swap that was kind of, a lot of these people are setting up books. And then I went up to a little comic book store, presumably on the same day. Could be wrong. So anyway, it was fantastic. And I'm going to now show off. I have a lot of books. I'm going to try to find a couple different ways to get through these quickly so we're not here forever. But I'm really excited about this haul. I think it was a fantastic haul. Really stoked about it. And so I'm just happy to share that with you now. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do first is was at Mark's, kind of the dream scenario basement, and he has these long boxes. He has got like 14 of them filled, and they are mostly, everything is 50 cents, unless it's not bagged and boarded, and then it's 25 cents. So after I didn't have a lot of time, so I kind of go through and pick out some keys or some bigger books that I need to fill. Again, bigger books for me is not huge. And then I just kind of dive over to those 50-cent bins and kind of fill up because it's just fun. It's like therapeutic. So I'm just going to go through those real quick and show off kind of what I picked out of there. Nothing major here, guys, at all. And maybe there might be a key, or you can point them out in the comments if you want. But here's what I got. We have a Mage #1. I just love this Comico. If I'm saying it correctly, I'm not sure. Comico, I kind of like theirs. And then Matt Wagner is a very cool artist. So I just love this cover. And I actually was kind of looked through this, and it's a really neat book. So pick that up. And then we have Tech World, William Shatner. We got a #1 newsstand and a #2. So, why not? I just figured, it's 50 cents. And then we have this Hellboy and the BPRD #1. And then we have the #2 as well, or #3. So we had 1 and 3 in there. I like Hellboy, actually, and I've never really read the comics, so I got those just to check them out. We have a Green Lantern #6. And it's got all the guys on there, so that was cool. Why not? I collect Green Lantern. I do like all kinds of things, vampires and monsters, so I got this new 52 #0 iVampire. Pretty cool. I've kind of not really collecting Avengers, but this was in there as a newsstand. Avengers 228, and this wasn't bagged and boarded, so it was 25 cents. Why not? Marvel Tales, featuring the Sensational Spider-Man 196. I do kind of pick up Marvel Tales, especially if I'm getting them for a steal, so why not? I got that. And then we got a Lobo #1. I've got a lot. There's not a ton of Lobo #1s to get, but I feel like have all of them at this point, except for maybe the more super modern stuff, but this was a Lobo New 52 #1. And then we have, of course, I collect the Hulk, so I got this Marvel Knights Hulk 4 of 4. Hoping to find the rest of these in boxes when I'm looking. And grab these Fantastic Fours because I do collect Fantastic Four, and needed this. I'm going all the way as far as I can probably with this Fantastic Four, but I needed 315. And then I also got a 354 in a newsstand, so that's pretty cool. And then, I grabbed these. This was Domino #1, her first solo series, I believe. So I got a #1 and I got a #2. And then I just dropped one. And then we have a Batman 96 to add to my collection. I do love that cover. It had this Joker on it, Robin looking on in terror. So we grabbed that. And a Batman 610 and a newsstand. I think I have this in direct as well. So now I got that. You know, he says in these long boxes that most of the condition is readers' copies, but I haven't really found that yet. A lot of them are in great condition. We got this Batman 693, awesome Poison Ivy cover, so I grabbed that. Oh, that's Detective Comics, sorry. And I'm trying to collect all of the Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine issues, so I'm getting really close. So I needed these, and again, 50 cents. I grabbed them, and this is issue 42. And then we have issue 43. We have issue 44. And we got 45. I was surprised I actually needed this many, but I'm really almost done. I think I need like 3 more. 64. I like that cover. 67. And 71. So there you go. A lot of those. And I picked up this. I just liked this. This one actually is it's got some condition issues, but it was also not bagged and boarded, if I recall. So 50 cents or a quarter, I think, for this. So Jaws of the Killer Shark. And I just like the cover. It's cool. Superpowers #3. I do kind of want to complete this run. It's a newsstand. And this is definitely a beat up issue of UFO flying saucers, but I loved the outfits these guys are wearing. They're so groovy. So very cool. The family's like looking over there. I like the cover. It's beat up, but whatever. And then I added this. I needed this annual for my West Coast Avengers run. So yeah, I was pretty happy. Those were just kind of the dollar bin, 50-cent bin, quarters, you name it. So I was happy to grab all those. We'll move on to the next. Okay, guys, so what we got here is this is the other books that I picked up from the Dream Scenario basement. Just picked out some books that I needed for my runs that I'm working on. So we got X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 179. This is the first appearance of Leech. We have Daredevil 172. It's not a key, but I think it's a great cover, and I am kind of low-key working on a little bit of Daredevil. I love the show, and so we have the Kingpin, the entire New York mob, and now Bullseye. So fitting timing for the show that just came out. And then we have Amazing Spider-Man 205. Needed this for my collection, so happy to grab that. It's a nice shape. All of these were a little bit more, not the dollar bin box, obviously, but still, he gave me great deals on them. We have Fantastic Four, giant size #2. I think that's a minor key, first appearance of Tempest. We have giant size Fantastic Four #3. It's a nice shape. Was happy to get this one. Giant size Hulk #1. It's in pretty nice shape as well. Then we have Incredible Hulk 127. It looks really nice. It's awesome. And then we have this one, a nice black cover, or kind of black up here, but Incredible Hulk 106 looks really good. This is the minor key, Death of Missing Link. So that's cool. And then I do kind of collect Uncle Scrooge. I love Uncle Scrooge. Kind of remember the cartoons when I was a kid. I don't remember what the name of the cartoon was, but I kind of remember an Uncle Scrooge cartoon. So I do have a few of these. One of them's in pretty nice condition, but it's hard to find these ones in nice shape. And then when I do, I kind of don't want to pay what they're asking. So I'm working on them, but I guess they're kind of low grade. As long as the cover's kind of popping, I like them. So that's really nice. I've got that for a good deal. Then we got some magazines. He has a ton of magazines, and I am a sucker for magazines. So we got this Warriors of the Shadow Realm. This is a Marvel Weird World special, number 11. So fantasy tradition of Tolkien. Very cool. And we got a Dragon Slayer. So this is a Marvel Super Special magazine, number 20. So that's really cool. Nice skull. It's got all kinds of good action going on there. And then we have a 1994. See if you can see that. Hopefully, yeah, you catch it. Picking up most of it there. So we have a 1994. This is number 14. I'm working on that run, making some good progress. And then we have 1984. This is number 5 from February of 1979. All right, set that over here. And we have this awesome magazine, Unknown Worlds of Science Fiction, number 1. Beautiful condition. It's a really cool cover. I really like that one. I guess you can't really see that, can you? Can I do this? Hey, look at that. There you go. So Unknown Worlds of Science Fiction, number 1. And then I absolutely love this cover. I'm getting a lot of these. He's got a lot of them, so on really nice condition. So this is Howard the Duck, number 5. Just such a killer cover. Love it. Just love it. So kind of making a dent in that run. We got another one of them. We got Howard the Duck, number 6. That's really cool. Nice cover. Those are fun. They're not a lot either, so it's like, you can get them pretty easy. Then we got the Hulk. This is the final issue, number 27. Another beautiful condition. I mean, gosh, this looks so nice. And I just love the cover. These covers are so cool. Just about to smash those guys with that car. And then the last but not least, I picked up, working on this Monsters Unleashed run, and it's got my werewolf on the cover. So we got a Monsters Unleashed number 4, really high grade, beautiful condition on this book. Love the werewolf, just such a beautiful cover. These Monsters Unleashed just are some of my favorite magazines that I get. So making some progress there. All right, let's move on to the next batch. All right, so so now I've moved on to the Comic Swap on this Saturday. And again, there was just tables everywhere. And this is a showcase. This one gentleman, younger guy, had a box of a bunch of different comics, and he had a bunch of Spider-Mans in there. Mostly around kind of the very fine, I would say, range to maybe, I'd say anywhere from a 7.5 to like a 9.0 was the average. But he was selling them pretty cheap. I got a stack of them for $50, so I don't know what it ended up being in the $3 to $4 range. The first couple issues you see here had a little bit of water damage, or kind of a little something going on at the bottom. I didn't know that when I bought them, but that's okay. I needed all of these for my Spider-Man run, so happy to pick these up. We got 164. We got the Kingpin looming over him. That's a great cover. And then we have Amazing Spider-Man 169. And I think this is, there's like a fan letter in here by Frank Miller. So that's pretty cool. So 169. And then we have 180. And really from 180 on, and the conditions actually improves a good bit. So again, in that kind of 8.5 range, I'd say, to 9.0. 182. This is the issue that Peter Parker proposes to Mary Jane. Then we have issue 191. And we have issue 199. All of these look nice in these new Comic Pro line bags. We got issue 236. This is The Death of Tarantula. And we have issue 241, Origin of Vulture. I love that cover. Super cool. And then we have issue 242. I don't know. Who in the heck that? The Awesome Android? I don't know. Mad Thinker. He's up to building androids. We got issue 277. We got Black Suit Spidey there. Special issue. And then we have issue 284. The guy was telling me about the gang war being one of his favorite stories, so I haven't read it. I'm interested to read that now. All right. And then we got issue 286, part 3 of the gang war. Part 1 and part 3. And then last but not least, we have issue 327. We got Magneto going against Spider-Man, so I'm intrigued by that story as well. So all of these, very, very much looking forward to reading. Eric Larson cover, very cool. All right, let's go next. Okay, making some progress here, guys. I said it was a lot of books. So the next guy I bought some books off of is actually the guy that does the cleaning and pressing for me. Name's Bill. He's fantastic and does great work on the cleaning and pressing. He's helped submit some books to CGC, the ones that I've showed in my previous videos. I've got a few going out now, so I'm very excited to see the results of those. I'm sure it'll take a while. Anyway, I picked up some books from him. Happy to buy some books from Bill. And I did pick up this Scotty Young variant of Incredible Hulk #1. I plan on, if Scotty's going to be at HeroesCon, I'll probably have him. I have a couple Hulk Scotty Young covers that I'd probably have him sign, so that was pretty cool to get. Then he had some Swamp Things, and I am working on this Swamp Thing run. So he had Swamp Thing 31, Alan Moore, Awesomeness. Great. I need to read the whole. I frankly need to read the story. I've skimmed it, so I'm excited to kind of put that together. We have a Swamp Thing 42. And then he had this. It's beat up. It's got some condition issues is big time, but I think it's the third appearance of the whatever it was, like the Dark Justice League. So yeah, but it's foul condition. But you know what he gave me? He gave it. I think I paid $5 for it or something. So I was happy to add that. I'll read the story. And then he had some X-Men Uncanny that I needed for my Uncanny X-Men run. So we got 258. And we have 158, which I think this is the first cover appearance of Rogue and second appearance of Rogue. I thought the first appearance of Rogue was on that Avengers book that I have, but maybe she's not on the cover. Or maybe it's just the first cover appearance of Rogue on an Uncanny X-Men book. Either way, awesome. Needed that. Really nice condition. And then I needed this one as well. So I was happy to add Uncanny X-Men 207. Just an unbelievable cover. One of my favorite Wolverine covers. So I really love this. Happy to have that. It's in really nice shape. And then last but not least of the X-Men books, I got X-Men 248, which is the first time Jim Lee is on the title. So I needed that one. Awesome book to have in the collection. 248. So made some headway. Going now. All right. So from this, I just Chris is a guy that's in this. He's the guy that runs the group, and he was selling comics there. So happy just to be able to talk with him. He's a great guy, and then he had some cool stuff. So we worked a deal on like 3 books. It was this one and the next 2. It might have been 4 books. We kind of worked like a 4-book deal. So I think I got all of those books that I'm going to show you from him for like $50. But he kind of got me to throw this one in there. I actually I collect all kinds of magazines. I don't really have any National Lampoon in my collection because the ones I've run across have a few condition issues. And so I just kind of make those into lots and sell them on eBay. But I did grab this one. It's in great shape and it says comics. And so I thought that was pretty cool. So I'll keep that in the collection. I love the cover, classic National Lampoon cover there for you. but highlights comics there. So I thought that was pretty neat. And then, so then we got a really cool, I hadn't seen this before, Bernie Wrightson on the cover there, Bad Time Stories. And I kind of flipped through it when I took it home. I have not researched kind of what's the story on this book or magazine, I guess. And so I need to do that. I don't have much to tell you. Maybe when I do horror magazine videos in the future, I will do a little talk up on this one. But anything Bernie Wrightson, I'm going to jump on. And so I definitely picked this up. It's a great, really cool. I mean, I could just look at that forever. I love that cover. Bad Time Stories. Love it. Sounds cool to me. And then we got these two here, which is, let me get the numbering right. So we have, I think this might be number 1 or number 2. I don't know if it's number 1 or number 2, to be honest with you. It says August, September, but, I do collect underground stuff. This is called the Rip-Off Review of Western Culture. I just, love that cover. It's just, the colors are amazing. I love the kind of the purplish pink in the review, and then just kind of a funky Mickey Mouse character there. Just very, very cool cover. Love it. And anything underground I'm into. So this really, and it's just in fantastic condition. So was really happy to have that. And then he had number 3. This is November, December, Volume 1, number 3. Rip-off a review of Western Culture, again in fantastic condition. And I just thought it was a really neat cover. So yeah, I was really, really excited to grab that. So thanks, Chris, for the deal. And we'll move on to the next. Okay, and coming up last, my 2 last little lots here, again from the Comic Swap. These are my favorites. Meta Guy and another guy from Group who's a really fun, witty guy. And his name is escaping me. I should have looked it up because I knew that would happen, and I have totally forgotten it. And I apologize if you see this video. I'm getting better at names, but I failed this one. So anyway, fantastic guy. And he actually, in talking in Group, he knew that I'm into horror books and just weird stuff. So he brought a bunch of really, really cool books. It was overwhelming. He had a bunch of romance books. Thinking of you, Patriot Comics. But boy, oh boy, he had some cool stuff. So I loaded up. Now, actually, I had brought books to trade. So I had a good stack of stuff to unload. And I did make a trade with him. One of them was like a Golden Age Blue Beetle book. I can't remember the other one that he ended up taking off of me for a trade. But either way, I did do a trade with him. But anyway, he threw this in for free. So that was pretty cool because this is Mark Spears Monsters, obviously pretty hot right now, if you're following along on this. And it's a great story. I've been really enjoying it so far. So I do collect it, and I do collect some of the variants off of this. So this is a variant. This is a character from the story. So anyway, was happy to get that for free. He threw that in for me. So then we got, he had this. I think he gave it to me, sold it to me for cover. And that was cool because I wanted to grab it. I've heard it's great so far. I think there's only 2 issues, but I don't collect any of the Ultimate stuff, but I am a big Wolverine guy, so happy to check this out. And then this he had, which is actually Superman number 16, but obviously what I find to be a great Zatanna cover. I like her, and I do collect some cool covers that feature her. So I did pick this up. I think this was for cover as well. So that's cool. It's a Nick Zerzi cover as well, so that's pretty neat. Nice cover. All right, what's next here? We have Absolute Batman. This is the Nick Dragotta cover. Foil, this is second print. So this is Absolute Batman number 1, second print, foil cover variant. And so, yeah, I do like foil covers. And I've been grabbing some of these from the Absolute series. They've been really cool. So, and I love Absolute Batman, by the way. I love the whole Absolute universe. That's collecting that stuff. So I've been enjoying the stories. So, okay, so he had brought a lot of horror, and I grabbed the better grade horror, and he had some really nice grade high grade stuff. So I grabbed a lot of that and left behind the lower grade. I'm actually starting to move past the lower grade on some of this stuff from the horror, especially Charlton, because I'm actually able to find some of it priced pretty well, even at high grade. So I've just been getting lucky. But anyway, I got this one. He threw in maybe 2 books out of this stack for free, which was awesome. So I don't remember which ones those were. This could have been one of them. I can't remember what he threw in for free. Either way, I had never seen this. Charlton, Tales of the Mysterious Traveler. I thought it was neat. And again, I'm a sucker for most things Charlton, so had to have it. And then we have a Mini Ghosts of Dr. Graves. I would say this is like the one that falls towards the last kind of horror for Charlton I'm trying to grab, but I do grab it, and I do like the covers. So, yeah, this is mid-grade, but a really nice mid-grade. So I was happy to have that. Let me see here what else. I'm trying to look at my notes because I made some notes here, guys, so I'm a little bit more educated, and I've lost my spot, but I'm going to find it right here. Here we go. All right. So we have Ghost Manor number 8. This is probably another mid-grade, but again, presents pretty nice. So that's cool. Ghost Manor. And then we have a Ghostly Tales number 98. I feel like the Ghostly Tales, he might have given me a couple of those Ghostly Tales for free. So that might be where it's at. Anyway, Ghostly Tales number 98. This is a nice shape too. That's beautiful. Another Ghostly Tales here. Ghostly Tales number 99. I love this cover. Here Comes the Bride. I love it. It's cool. I love the green. That's what I really like. And the green is is grabbing me. It's like that misty, swampy green. Love it. Ghostly Tales number 99. And then we have another Ghostly Tales. Ghostly Tales 100. Again, really nice condition on this one as well. It's got the purple, which I love that. Just a cool cover as well. All these, really, there's no such thing as a bad cover, in my opinion, in horror and Charlton. I like them all. I'm sure they'll find one, but so far, there isn't anything sticking out to me. But that's really beautiful. Really nice condition. So then we have some Scary Tales. That's Scary Tales number 26. It's a lady in a blue dress. It's not the red dress, it's the blue dress. So that's pretty neat. Like it. I like that monster with the weird tentacle things coming out of its mouth. And then we have a Scary Tales number 45, The Night of the Lonely Man. Yeah, that lonely man is up to no good. So I like it. All right, what's up next here? We have a Scary Tales number 1 by Modern Comics. So I don't know if it picked up like Charlton became modern. That's something I got to kind of get into, figure out what's going on. How does Scary Tales move over to Modern Comics, or is it just a whole new Scary Tales? I don't know. I got to figure it out. But it's a cool cover, and maybe this is one mid-grade, but still looks pretty good. I think it's like Joe Staten on a cover. Okay, and then we have I love the Haunted series. So this is Haunted number 14. This one has, this is Ditko on the art. So, Ditko did do some, Charlton horror. So this is one of them. So any Ditko Charlton, I'm all in on it. This is pretty nice shape too. So happy to have that. And then I really love this cover, Mini Ghosts of Dr. Graves, number 64. Beautiful yellow cover. It's in really fantastic condition. This is another Ditko is on the art on this one. So love it. Just fantastic cover. I love the dog howling, and then you got the skull, like the glass skull there. You got some skull up here. That's just cool. Beautiful cover. That is awesome. And then last but not least, he had a couple of Monsters Unleashed I needed. He knew that. He brought them for me. So he had Monsters Unleashed number 2, The Monster of Frankenstein. Very cool. Again, very high grade. My Monsters Unleashed collection is almost all all of it is high grade, except for like one issue so far. So that's awesome. And then we have a incredible Monsters Unleashed number 5, the Mark of the Man thing. So cool. Beautiful cover. Again, very nice condition on this one as well. So he hooked it up. I appreciate that very much. Made me a deal. I made my first trade ever that I've ever done. You know, I would see Lunch Money Comics do that on some of his videos. So I've never done it, and it worked out pretty well for me. So yeah, that's cool. We'll move on to the final batch. And finally, guys, I can't imagine how long this video is. I hope it's not 30 minutes again, but here we are. So this is the last batch. My friend Mark, who I've talked about here, set up a bunch of boxes. I don't know how many he had. He had probably 10 long boxes of all just killer stuff. And I did not visit his booth until the very end because I had just been at his house. I've been at his house a couple times and bought from him. I knew that it would be a problem. I'd already spent enough. I'd go over to see him and it was going to be trouble. So sure enough, I went over to talk to him and started flipping, and he had some horror stuff. And so I could not resist. And all of his stuff is in pretty good condition as well. Most of his books are in real nice shape. So here we got an unexpected 121, Neal Adams on the cover. I mean, all day on this right here. I mean, it's pretty nice condition as well. And, you know, I don't know, it looks great to me. So any Neal Adams cover, I'm all in on, and especially horror. So that's beautiful. And then we have an unexpected 123. We got Nick Cardy on the cover. I've got to do some research because I always hear Neal Adams and Ditko and all the big names, but I don't know where Nick Cardy stands in the realm of great cover artists, because I really like his covers, and every time I look up a cover thinking maybe it's Neal Adams or something, it ends up being Nick Cardy. So I'll have to do some research. Maybe you guys can comment about Nick Cardy. I got to figure some things out there, but I do really like his covers for sure. So it seems like he's very much in the Neal Adams vein. So, but this is another really nice condition. Unexpected 123. Love the cover. The terror in this guy's. Who hasn't felt that as a kid? Just like waiting for something to lift the covers off of you. So that's really cool. And then we have a unexpected 125. I believe that is another Nick Cardy cover. So that's really cool. Beautiful condition as well. He gave me a good deal on all this stuff too. He's working deals with me. And then he had a nice run of Weird Mystery Tales. All really nice shape. This one is Nick Cardy as well. I mean, Nick Cardy's a busy man. So that's really cool. Beautiful condition. All of these just fantastic. I mean, they just look so good. Actually, a few of these I had copies already, but I upgraded on the condition. So this is Weird Mystery Tales number 4. Beautiful. And then we have a Weird Mystery Tales number 9. That thing looks straight out of Adventure Time, but even more like devilish. It's like a deformed, possessed lumpy space princess with tentacles. I don't know what's going on there, but that thing is cool. The Boy with Evil Power. Weird Mystery Tales number 9. Very cool. And then love this cover right here. Might be one of my favorite covers from any of the DC horror. You got the woman in the red dress running from a bat. You got, I don't know what that thing is waiting for, but it could be a wolf man. But this is Luis Dominguez cover, who is another person I'm not familiar with. He might be really popular and well known. I don't know. But all I know is that cover is fire. So nice black cover, beautiful condition. Really happy to have that in the collection. And then he had this awesome Batman 252, which is another Nick Cardy cover here. So Nick Cardy killing it on Batman and horror. This has got kind of the horror element to Batman, so very cool. Again, this is in really nice condition as well. So happy to add that to my Batman collection. And then we have a classic Neal Adams cover, Detective Comics 404. You got Enemy Ace firing on Batman. I mean, very cool. That is a classic cover indeed. And my Neal Adams collection grows. But this is in really nice conditions, few ticks, but nothing crazy. I mean, I'll take this all day long. Beautiful, beautiful copy. And I think that's it, guys. That is it. Here, I'll leave that while I sign off here. You can look at this again. So, yeah, I think that's a huge haul of books. It was an incredible 2 days of fulfilling all the things that I love going on in my life right now with comic books. Killing it on buying books. I'm learning lots of new things, artists, writers, things like that. Really knocking down some great books for my runs that I'm working on. And then just most of all, meeting some really fantastic people and becoming friends with them, which is really what I want out of this more than anything. So all of the things are coming true for me, and I'm very happy about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, hit like if you dig it. Give me some comments. I'm happy to interact with everybody. And certainly if you're enjoying these, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Y'all have a good night and a great week coming up. We'll talk to you.